Hey YouTube, Florida Stacker back here with you with today's Market Watch update. So the Federal Reserve is in 2 days of discussions. Let's talk about how that could impact the gold and silver market when we return. All right, everybody, and welcome back. Happy that you're here. So in today's Market Watch update, this is March 16th, 2021. The Fed is in 2 days of meetings today here in the United States. Obviously, a lot of people want to know what's going to go on with monetary policy, with the world's reserve currency, the US dollar. So let's get to an article here by investing.com. This written by Gina Lee, and this was published 9 hours ago, but it was published today on March 16th. 2021, the title of the article is Gold Up Makes Small Moves Ahead of Fed Meeting. All right, so gold was up Tuesday morning in Asia as investors awaited a U.S. Federal Reserve meeting later today to tackle growing inflation and obviously those bond yield concerns. However, continued optimism for faster economic recovery from COVID-19 put pressure on the yellow metal. Gold futures did edge up 0.2% to $1,732.70. That is the spot or COMEX spot price by 12:44 a.m. in New York. Asian shares were mostly up on Tuesday. All right, so the Fed may address rising inflation concerns, and they may even consider pushing forward asset purchasing to compensate for the rising yields. That, of course, would be very positive for gold prices. Okay, so if they were able to the Federal Reserve, that is, if they were able to, manipulate through their means how they do things with the U.S. dollar, if they were able to influence those bond and Treasury yields down, that would make gold more attractive for those bigger investors out there that like to park their cash in a safe harbor. And that's what gold is, a very safe investment. All right, so moving on, the overall sentiment, however, remains bearish for gold. Given the vaccine optimism and the passage of the stimulus package. All right, so the Federal Open Market Committee meeting is widely expected to forecast that the U.S. economy will accelerate at the quickest rate in decades in 2021, thanks to a ramped up COVID-19 vaccination drive and a $1.9 trillion stimulus package. Unemployment is also expected to drop, but inflation is expected to rise. So the Fed will also hand down its policy decision on Wednesday with the Bank of England, handing down its decision on Thursday, as well as the Bank of Japan, wrapping the week up with its decision by Friday. The strong recovery from COVID-19 has been raising concerns that the Fed may lift interest rates earlier than expected. However, Chair Powell and his colleagues have been quite persistent that maximum employment is far away, allowing them to be patient. Analysts said in a note, easing of the recent sell-off on bonds has helped stabilize gold in the recent trading days, the note added. In other precious metals, silver has fallen 0.4%, palladium inched down 0.1%. However, platinum continues its gradual climb. Okay, all right, so let's talk about it. So a couple things I definitely want to point out about this article. First of all, in my opinion, once more, for those of you that follow me, I'm just a guy that keeps up with the market. I like gold and silver, and I like to talk about it. In my opinion, I do not see the Fed raising interest rates anytime soon. We do know that there is an abundance of cash in the market right now. However, the dollar has been maintaining some of its strength, and those yields have really been keeping gold's ability to climb and act as a natural hedge to the inflation we're seeing in the market. It's really been blocking gold's ability to do that. Plus, there's froth in the water. And what I mean by that is, there's a hot new asset class called cryptocurrency. A lot of big money has been moving out of gold and into the BTC space as more and more well-established corporations and high net wealth individuals make large purchases of the cryptocurrency known as Bitcoin and some of the other more speculative altcoins like Ethereum, ADA, Link. There's plenty of them out there. I could talk about it, but to stay focused on precious metals, what I can say is we have a lot working against gold's ability right now to rise. However, I do feel that once these stimulus checks start hitting the streets, a couple things are going to happen. All right, first of all, online bullion dealers are likely to raise their premiums. There's going to be a surge on demand again. I don't think that the dealers are quite as hedged as they say they are. In a conversation with my local coin shop back when the Reddit silver squeeze first kicked off, I mean, he lost quite a bit of cash that week, okay? Especially your smaller shops, because he sold out of everything very quickly leading up to the hype. And then when silver didn't do what, people who are unfamiliar with silver that were out there saying it was going to go to the moon, which, is very not likely to happen based on the extreme market manipulation with silver. Guys and girls, silver is not, especially physical silver, okay? Do not look at it for quick gains, all right? If you're stacking gold and silver, the physical kind, as I recommend you do, if you're going to hold gold and silver, you want to be able to hold it. You need to think about it as a safe haven investment, as your defense, as your savings account, as your security, okay? Those digital assets out there that many of us are in, some of us aren't, okay? A lot of different personalities here subscribe to this channel. Not everyone likes the fact that I don't dump every single penny into gold and silver, okay? But I do prefer to be more diversified, and I like having more fishing lines in the water. Okay, so out there in the stock market, out there in the cryptocurrency space, got a lot of lines in the water trying to catch as many big fish as I can. But when it comes down to, my savings account, gold and silver, and some cash on the side, you got to keep that dry powder, right? That's where it's at for me. I just want to recommend again for my new folks out there, if you're going to be buying physical, you need to be thinking long term. You need to be thinking that based on everything that you see in the market, regardless of the short-term stuff. Okay, when I do these market watch videos, I'm talking about what's going on today, what's going on this week, what's going on next month, etc. It doesn't change my viewpoints on gold and silver. Okay, gold could drop $100 right now. Guess what? I'm buying more. Silver could go back down to $12. Guess what? I'm buying a whole lot more because I'm looking at the long term here and not the short-term play. The short-term plays are out there. They're just in different asset classes, in my opinion, not gold and silver. So I do expect when the stimulus checks, getting back on track here, do start getting into the hands of American citizens. Obviously, most people are going to go out there and blow it on junk. There are, some people out there that need it, really. They need it for food. They need it for medical expenses. They need it to get caught up on bills. Not everybody has an investing or saving mindset, quite like the people that subscribe to this channel, our small little community of people. So I do think those premiums are going to go up. I also think availability is going to come down. And I think that spot price, especially with gold, is going to rise. This is just a forecast. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I have been wrong before a couple of times. But I do think that silver will rise, but it's kind of it's going to go back to its more traditional role of coming after gold. So I think we're going to see gold begin to creep back up in the high 1700s here over the next couple of weeks, and we'll see silver hanging out between 25.50 on the low end, maybe testing mid 27s over the next 2 weeks. But those are the things that I'm expecting. I'm curious to know what you expect below. I don't think that this Fed discussion, based on this article here, is really going to change much. I believe that the market pretty much has it priced in. I think the Fed is in a bit of trouble. I do think that the economy is quite a bit more hot than they expected it to be. And, politicians driving through more cash, more stimulus, putting that into the market. Obviously, the money supply has dramatically increased or will be dramatically increasing. Some big news coming out of Europe, too. Big stimulus coming to Europe. So a lot of fresh new cash is going to be rolling around the global markets. So I do expect assets to continue to rise in value, whether it's real estate, stocks, crypto, gold and silver. I do expect 2021 to be a good year for all those asset classes. So thank you all for tuning into this video. Always curious to know what you think. You don't have to agree with me. That's okay. Just ask that you keep it respectful. And obviously, we'll see you soon on another Market Watch update video. Let me know what you're going to do with your stimulus. Curious to know. All right, everybody. We'll see you soon.